Hey guys, Rorius here. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I'm gonna have a really long session of this today. Mainly because I'm trying to feel out how much longer this game is gonna be. This particular case, firstly the initial investigation section as well as the first trial section were quite long. So I'm trying to feel out to see if the rest of this episode is equally long. Because if so, I might need to schedule a few extra episodes in. So, February 23rd, the second day of the case. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What's going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot. This is really good because this is recapping it for me as well. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this "and the evidence room" part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're gonna find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits. But I'm not sure how she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go, science awaits us. Several times in this episode, it's only been in this episode, when the bracketed comments... Actually, no, it's not just in this episode, but it's been very prevalent in this episode. In the bracketed comments, it's always been implied that that's me thinking. I'm thinking something, and that's in the bracketed comments. But people are reacting to it. People are reacting to my bracketed comment moments, which is weirding me out. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room, no biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. But what we have to just say is that if we can prove that he died at the police department and then was moved into the prosecutor's car park, because the time of death is only an hour from 4 p.m. Or was it 4:30? Or was it an hour and a half from 4 p.m.? I think it was an hour and a half from 4 p.m. Or it was an hour from 4:30, which encapsulates our time of Lana like stabbing the knife into him. But I'm almost certain that he died earlier and they moved him into the prosecutor's parking lot in the car, or they moved him in Edgeworth's car, Edgeworth being unaware of him being dead in his car. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, you see, people reacting to my thought bubbles. We're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Oh, the water in that oil drum just washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. This is very true. This is very true. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Yeah, she's a good scientist. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Oh, are they UV? Are they designed to pick up UV? Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press enter to spray on it. Spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains. Okay, so... I'm just curious to see if there's any other... Okay, well, I mean, it's there. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So this is a bloodstain? It's so... oh. Emmy, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this scientifically? The amount of blood? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain, okay? Ah, I see. See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up all my allowance to buy that. Ah. Yeah, cool. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. That sucks. That really sucks. And that's not just in the game, that's just truth. There's a real clever way of framing things to make people agree with what you say. Recently, I remember Game Theory was called out for that because MatPat cherry picks his data really carefully to make his more crazy theories sound plausible. He does it more for entertainment of the purpose, of the thing, but a lot of people get mad at him because of that. Which is fair. It's like, if you're kind of misleading your audience, it's fine if they get upset by that. That's their right. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah, it feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Huh. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! You only trust your eyes, and not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just, that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. I see. Wait, can I, if I do this... Oh, okay, it's just gonna... Damn it, I was hoping I could just use it anywhere. Alright, let's talk to her. Today's trial. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay, it was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that, I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand, that's unforgivable. Uh-oh. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Ah. I swear it on my honor as a detective, she stabbed Goodman. But he was already dead when she did it. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? Did I ever check this? I don't know if I did. This blood, it's my sister's, right? It appears so. Lan's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. But the fact that Meekins has a hand bandage as well makes me think that he murdered... He was the one who did the murdering, and Lana just cut herself on the same knife that he used. I don't know if I ever checked the blood under here. Ah, there's blood here too! On the sole of the shoe. It's gotta be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. Oh, this blood, it's horrible. This blood might be an important clue. It already has been. Anyway, Detective Star. So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes. It was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspects. Suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go, or fired? I felt that I found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. That doesn't sound like the line she said. That sounds different. I just edited the first of the court episodes. It's all because of that case, the Sl9 incident. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's all linked. They keep talking about, people keep mentioning 2 years ago. She's linked with this case that the knife was, the knife from the, god damn it. Sl9? Wait, she doesn't mean, it's this. It's what this knife comes from. It's Sl9. And this, like, Goodman was called here by Lana for something to do with Sl9. It's all linked. It's a conspiracy, I knew it. I want to go to the police department, not just the entrance. But let's go to the police department. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is. She's like a kid in an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Let's not examine anything. Let's just head inside. So yeah, oh, guard station. Wait, are we gonna see Marshall in here? What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room? The scene of the crime? It sure seems that way. Oh, oh! oh! I don't know what's wrong? It's those cacti, they're so prickly, so imposing it's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Yeah, I'm very aware. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of here. But I bet that particular moment, the moment murder happened, there's no recording from it. Look, on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination. Yipes! These sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti, a lot like my sister, actually. Prickly on the outside, soft on the inside. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. There's a security guard uniform hanging there. Looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, and a leather... What was that called again? Punchy? A paunchy? A pinchy? I know! A poochie! Wait, maybe it wasn't that. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Oh. It says closed. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through there, the cactus would fall over. Ouch! I'd say it would be more of a yeah myself. Alright, let's look at the door. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we'd need someone's permission to go in there first. Yeah. Let's back out. Let's go and move into the actual police station. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Ugh, it makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. It doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Chief? Chief of Detectives? Yeah, that's the thing. At first, I was a little confused, because when they mentioned the Chief of Police, I thought they meant the Chief of Detectives. But then I realized they meant the Chief of Police is actually that guy that we cross-examined at the end of the trial there. That must be the Chief of Detectives. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Detective killed in the evidence room. Tell no one outside the police department. No, I told that old lady at the restaurant everything. Someone's getting a demotion. This guy. I didn't show it in the episodes, I don't think, but this guy's always researching something. Must be one of the detectives, he's mumbling something to himself. I know, the killer used dry ice. If you put it between the latch and the door, the room should be sealed shut. This is good. I'll win a writer's award for sure. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. He's always muttering to himself something about police training or whatever. So, this is the police mascot, is it? The Blue Badger, the future star of the police force. The design's a little changed from the one outside. Ah, well, the Dancing Blue Badger, TM, is still under development, you see. You have it trademarked? Absolutely, it's cutting-edge stuff. Very now. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears. Don't show her the moving mock-up outside then, you'll give her nightmares. Alright, let's just see if we can go into the... Oh, we can't. Can't go into the records room. Why not? Oh, maybe we can get permission from Lana, even though she's the suspect. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gantz say that arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Let's come back later. Let's see if I can talk to Edgeworth or someone else about this. Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Damn it. Maybe I can present something to her? If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. Your lying was the problem. Listen, girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't gonna have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? What do you think about this? The Sl9 Incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, Sl9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the Sl9 incident? Yay! That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? Prosecutors, obviously. It's 2 years ago. It was the biggest case I'd ever handled. I see. The trio. Goodman, Marshall, and Starr. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence, so they didn't solve it. On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sword. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. It was Marshall. Yeah, exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL6? SL9? There was another side to that case. A hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up at their fancy offices can stop us. Wait! Those lunches you sell! There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet my old boyfriends. My old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Starr's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Oh, Officer Marshall, yep. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see, thank you. Officer Jake Marshall, huh? Still, I feel like she's almost like putting herself in a difficult spot, because she's kind of just there suggested to me that there's like an undercover operation going on between her, Marshall, and perhaps Goodman as well. I don't know, it's weird. I'm finding it odd because it's like, on one hand it almost seems like they killed Goodman just so that they could frame the prosecutors. But seeing what's happened, seeing the history, also would say that perhaps no, they wouldn't, because Goodman probably had the same fate they had. Unless Goodman did something that meant that he wasn't having to... Like, because if the prosecutors demoted or got rid of two of the detectives in that case, but Goodman was still a detective. Why was Goodman still a detective? I was going to say there's almost like a kinship between the three of them, but if Goodman wasn't demoted, then maybe there's a jealousy there. I don't know. But also, why would Lana take out a knife that was stabbed into Goodman and re-stab him with it? Because I'm convinced that's what Lana has done. Now that there's... Angel's very convinced that Lana stabbed Goodman. Because of that, it's making me think that Lana maybe did do that, and that's how she got the cut on her hand and everything. But, like, why would she do that to a corpse? I'm so confused. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please. Huh? Wasn't that... One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. Aww. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal. We just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing at the police department evidence room, huh, right? Right, pal? On the same day that detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed in the police department. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? What voice did I give him? It was a gruff man voice, but... Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. It's a bigger scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly. Do I give it to him? Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. Okay, so we don't have to give it to him. Alright. Aw, I wanted to give it to him. I like Gumshoe. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Okay, let's go to the... I think I have to go in here to go there now. Yeah, detention center. Still, I do feel better about things a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. What was that? So that's what I'm saying, me, a perpetrator? I'll tell you what I was perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say. Ah! Holy shit. It's who I suspected. It's exactly who I suspected. What voice did I give him? Oh, greetings, sir. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. It's Meekins. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekins. So you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir, how should I say this? Wait, he isn't, is he? Yeah. You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Oh my god. Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir! What? What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. It's not that unexpected to me. Totally. Okay, wait, I'm gonna examine this guy. This guard monitors the visitor's room. Seeing a fellow patrolman in here must make him worry about his own fate in life. No comments from the peanut gallery. Well, it's the day of the crime. He's animated so differently from everyone else. Sir, I am patrolman with the General Affairs, sir! Sir! How? I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because the evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Yeah, of course it was. He's so innocent looking. That's right, I was gonna give him like a more cutesy voice. But the way he always goes, sir! Sir! Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. Oh. Oh my god. The heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red, I blacked out. When I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand, yeah. Just like this guy. But it was with his other hand. That's something to notice. It's Lana's right hand, Meekin's left hand. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. Let's do that first. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Oh my god, stop it. Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, it's him going like this and making the gavel sound is really weirding me out. I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hands, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as a perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive, and well at that. Ah, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger, or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him? Sir! Sir! I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Okay. Oh my god, that fucking pose. It's so weird. Yeah, I'm starting to think it isn't him. I'm starting to think that he's a red herring as well. But I immediately suspected him from the, like, bandaged hand thing. Officer Meekins, this is for you. Eek! I'm scared of knives, sir! It's okay, I just wanted you to— That's it, sir! Last night, sir! That's the one! That's it, sir! Last night, that was the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. You don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Let's show him the other knife. Officer Meekins, this is for you. Eek! I'm scared of knives, sir. Oh. Oh. So it's just any knife. Okay, that's good to know. Any knife seems to make him over. Actually, what does he say when I... Officer Meekins, have a look at this. Go ahead, sir. Laugh. Laugh at me, sir. Huh? I know what you want to say. You're gonna tell me how she has one just like it. Me? Why would I? I know, sir, I know. I'm the only one without a girl that matches with matching badges. What the heck? Nowhere. I'm alone. All alone. Is that so wrong? Life isn't all about high school sweethearts and youthful romance, sir. Is he talking about those badges on her coat? I'd like to think there's a difference between my badge and a fashion accessory. Okay, I don't think there's anything else I'm interested in talking to him about. Okay, let's go into the guard station. Let's see if Marshall... Nope, Marshall's not here. God damn it. Where's Marshall? Okay, I showed him this photo of Lana Sky. Hey, why do you have that? That's from the day. It was taken at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor's office. The day that Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. So this means I'm a free man? Innocent? If this is a dream, sir, then I hope I never wake up. If this is a dream, you'd better wake up right now. Okay, this seems to work. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's it! That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember, sir! You mean you remember what happened? Every time he does that, it's like, what the frick? Correct! That card was the cause of it all! This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I better pry into this a little deeper. Crime details. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman, a lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show you his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I woke, I was here. Right. Reason for arrest. So, Officer Meekins, why is it they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh, but you still ended up here. They told me that it had to be him, sir, on that day at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on tape. Oh. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, real sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge, I don't deserve it. No thanks, I have my own. Well, guess we'd better go check out the crime scene. So he did do it? I'm a little confused now. Okay. Hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives' desk. It's Police Chief Gant. Oh my god. And you're sure this is all, hmm? You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most... what voice do I give the chief? Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, deal? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. The chief of detectives looks a little flustered. That's... Aha! Righto, my boy. How have you been? Swim much? Wait, this voice isn't quite what I gave him before. That's fine. Oh, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? I'll talk to him. I was kind of like, do I want to talk to him? I honestly want to get back to... I want to go into the evidence room. But whatever. Edgeworth. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. I'm getting Christian vibes from him. He's got that, like, tie that's in a cross. I'm trying to... The voice I'm actually trying to give him is like a southern preacher. It's because I'm gonna a bunch of people's southern voices for this episode. Because he's also in the like police group. I've been trying to give him like the southern voice. Prosecutors all have British accents, and the chief of police, or the marshal, has a cowboy voice. But this guy's very like, Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right? Righto? Von Kara, yep. A legend he was, undefeated for his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they'd do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? Alright, before we ask him another question, I'm gonna leave this episode here. I realized I've been recording for a little while now. I'm gonna finish talking to Gant. I'm gonna go talk to Marshall, give him the stake, let us into the into the evidence room so we can find out what the hell happened in the evidence room with Goodman. Seemingly Meekins is like confessing, but we have to see that footage before we make that decision. Because I'm starting to I'm doubting myself. I originally thought Meekins, but I highly doubt it. I bet they're gonna say that it looks just like in the previous case. They're gonna be like, oh, clear-cut evidence, but then when you actually look at it, it's like, no, it's not. It's not clear-cut at all. So, we'll see. If you like what you saw, hit like. If you want to see more from me, then subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.